Hello again from my front porch. I know this is quite a different view than what you're used to seeing. That's because it's a bright and sunny day here in Iowa. See, if I step back here, you'll get to see the light hitting me a little bit more here. And if I was sitting out in my usual spot, I'd be getting blinded by this sun. And I thought about waiting to another time of day to do this, but I thought, why now? I'll just set up the camera a little differently here inside the entranceway, and you get a chance to see my front yard. See, I like you seeing the front yard when it's got all that green grass in it, as opposed to what's going to be coming in a little while. In fact, the bright and sunny day might fool you into thinking that it's a beautiful warm day here in Iowa. It is not. You step outside the front porch door here. Oh boy, is it chilly. Oh, wow. This is the time of year where I begin to question my sanity at having not already moved to Florida. And so I'm sure I'll be pondering that again and wrestling with those decisions here very soon. But what I wanted to chat about today is the concept of emotional maturity. And this came up actually in a conversation that I had at work yesterday. See, I'm bringing on a consultant fellow who knows a great deal about leadership and planning and organization. He used to be a Green Beret. Well, actually used to be a leader of Green Berets. And so he's a great guy, wonderful fellow, and he and I have had some really good conversations so far, and we're going to get along really well because we actually see the world very similarly, and we get along. We see things in very much the same way. We're very much in agreement on a lot of things, and so I'm looking forward to what's going to come out of that relationship and the progress we're going to make for work. But in that conversation, he made the statement, made the observation about something requiring a level of emotional maturity. And that phrase really stuck. It really stayed with me. We actually spent quite a bit of time. We went off on a little rabbit trail discussing that concept and how we see it being relevant and applied in so many different ways in life and in work and family life and all that. But that phrase has stuck with me since, and it's just kept rolling around inside my head because there's nothing else in there to stop it from rolling around. but really, it seriously stuck with me because I thought, we coach people and tell people all the time that you need to have your skill set down. You need to improve your knowledge of things in order to be able to achieve certain things. But we talk about all kinds of stuff like that. But we never really talk about this concept of emotional maturity, because you can know how to do a job better than anybody else. But if you're not emotionally prepared to do that job, then you're going to fail because you won't be able to make the decisions. You won't be able to do what needs done in order to actually do that job. And in my case, I think about, I've wanted to be in leadership roles most of my life. Now, initially, granted, I will admit that I wanted to be in leadership roles because I just wanted to be in charge of stuff. I was one of those guys that I liked the idea of, if I was the guy in charge, then people would have to respect me and all this kind of stuff. It's a stupid reason to be a leader. Let me just tell you that right now. And I guarantee you go into leadership with that mindset, you will fail. That I know from firsthand experience also. So take some lessons here. But what I recognize now is that I have served in leadership roles at other points in time in my life, but I've never been as successful in them as I am in the leadership role I'm in now. And now I'm head of training for the nation's largest concrete construction company. A 1.5 billion dollar corporation with the main entity and then multiple subsidiaries, people all across, thousands of employees all across the country. I've got a team now of several people that I'm overseeing. I started it as just me, and now we're hiring and we're bringing in and we're adding, and my budget is this. I won't even tell you what it is, but it's a big number. It's a very big number that I'm responsible for. So there's all of this going on, and you would think that kind of thing might make me uncomfortable, and it did initially. The prospect of the job when it was first pitched to me a year and a half ago, it scared the life out of me. Let me back up and say the job I'm doing now is like the dream of most people in my profession. People who do training in the workplace ultimately want to get to the type of role that I'm now in. It is a dream of a lot of people to be able to achieve this level of success. And that didn't escape me. And so, so when the offer was presented and they wanted me, I was like, oh, this is like too good to be true. How can I turn this down? But I didn't think I could do it. I questioned whether I could. And part of the reason I questioned it was because of my past experiences in leadership roles and how they had kind of been okay, but then I kind of failed. and so, it begins to play in your mind, and you start thinking, can I really be a leader? I want to be, I want to do this, but can I really do it? And so then this opportunity comes up, and this is like not just a leadership experience. This is the brass ring, the big thing. This is you fail at this, and you fail on a national stage. This is a big deal, and that was a lot of pressure. And I almost turned it down because I felt safer with what I was doing, though I wasn't completely happy. I liked what I was doing at my previous company. I really did, but there was aspects about it that I wasn't real fond of. But I felt better staying there, where I had developed my reputation. I had a degree of political capital within the organization, and I was safe there. But this opportunity presented itself, and I shared with you've heard the story if you've been watching me for long, and my family and friends, though, all told me otherwise. They all made it very clear to me that they felt, yes, I actually could do this, and that I could do it very well, and then they would explain why. And it was because of their encouragement that I ultimately decided to just take the chance. I'm going to try it. And even after I first accepted, I would sit in meetings with top level people at this corporation, and I would have this out of body experience where I would be seeing myself sitting there with these high powered leaders, and I'd be asking myself, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And then to make it even more weird, they would ask questions about training, and I would say, well, I would say, well, this is what I would recommend. And they would go, okay. And they write this down, they move on. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what, you're just taking my word for it? Well, yeah, because that's why they hired me. Because even they thought I was better at what I was doing than I thought I was. But now a year and a half later, I'm feeling much more confident in this role. And it's not just because I have more experience at it. It's because I have finally developed a level of emotional maturity in this role. And what I mean by that is, I used to worry about, is everyone going to like this decision? Well, is this going to be okay? I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. And I'm not, maybe we should take a little more time and really explore our options before we make a decision on it. One of those kind of leaders that are so annoying to so many people, and that was me. But now in this role, I feel that emotional maturity that I am in this role for a reason. These people picked me to be in this role, and I can do this role. And that's weird for me to actually say about myself, because I traditionally have not done that. But now I find myself making the decisions. Some decisions that have big price tags on them. And I feel okay with that. I feel myself shooting down when somebody comes swooping in and saying, hey, here's what you need to be doing. And I say, no, I disagree. I feel okay disagreeing. I feel okay expressing that. And I didn't used to feel that way. And it's not just the organization change. It is me. It's inside of me that I had to get to a point where I finally saw myself the way others around me had seen me, the way my new employer saw me when they offered me the position. And so that's I'm excited that that's who I've become. I've grown into that. How that happened, I have no idea. I have no understanding of what transgressed, what changed to make this happen, but it happened. Then that gets me thinking about you watching, and anybody who has a dream of something you want to pursue. We all do. We all have something that we would like to go after, that brass ring, that everyone talks about. The problem is, it's not always a matter of your preparation. Because again, you could fill your head with the knowledge of how to do a task, do a role, and still not be able to do it very well. Not because you don't have the skill, but because you don't have the emotional maturity to do that. And so my challenge to you is, if you dream about something, if you want to pursue something, you want to go after something, go after it. Go after it, grab onto it, but recognize that just because opportunity has knocked does not necessarily mean now is your time. You need to be able to be honest with yourself to say, am I ready for this? Can I do this? And consult with the others around you. What do you think? Do you think I'm ready for this? Can I do this? Listen to their wisdom as well. Because sometimes you're going to get the opportunity to do what it is you want to do, but the timing isn't right, and you'll fail. And then you'll be tempted to give up. You'll be tempted to say, oh, wow, I guess I can't really do this after all. I need to figure out something else to do with my life. No, that's not true. You can still have your dream, just maybe not today. Now you know what you didn't know before. Take that knowledge, build on it, and increase your emotional maturity. Get to a point where you can stand firmly and confidently and say, this is who I am, this is the dream I'm going after, and I will succeed. You can do it. I know it can be done because here I am. I've done it. Surprised me. It'll surprise you too. And with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.